going on, everybody? Are you ready for Wednesday market open? Or should we call it crypto crash market open? No, it's all right. We'll talk about crypto, we'll talk about stocks, we'll talk about commodities and everything else very shortly. But first, the intro. Nah, just kidding. Don't worry. I knew it was muted. What is going on, everyone? Whoever's pressed muted got absolutely trolled by me. Good morning. Wednesday morning open. But could it be called crypto falls from the sky, from the moon? It was halfway up to the tippity top. And now we're kind of coming down. Unfortunately, that seems to be what's happening. But it is probably going to provide some value. So we'll be talking about DOT. We'll be talking about ADA. We'll be talking about Ethereum. Ethereum under 2,000, by the way, and of course BTC, the king coin, the king or queen coin, or whatever you want to call it. We'll be going through. I got you. See, who said I was muted? Let's see if there was any mutes going through. No one. Damn, I did the mute troll. Yeah, no, you'll get me again. You'll get me again, but not just today. Not just today. So BTC is probably the story of the morning. We have stock markets coming in relatively flat. We've got US 100 down 0.14%. We've got US 500, S&P 500 down 0.07%. Not much to talk about. So what is really going on? It is this BTC close that we have to watch. We're going to see it in 50 seconds. We can actually count down. Will the buying come in? Let's zoom in here. Let's zoom in. The buying has to come in because the problem is it's underneath 57,000. That's not cool. This was our level, 57,000. We had buying wicks. We had lots and lots of stuff. But then, now we're not there anymore. And I told you today in the video, I said, this Bitcoin is not trading technically. It's mad. It's like it's a rattlesnake. It's going to cobra bite us. And possibly this is the bite. 60,000 continues to be that resistance. Look, I'm not going to take my alert away. Don't get me wrong. My 60,000 alert, it's going to be sitting there, and I am very keen on that alert in the future. But if we close underneath here, firstly, what does the chat think? What do you guys think? 54,000? Lower? What's going to happen today in the next 24 to 48 hours for Bitcoin? Whoop, there goes the close. So that's a confirmation underneath. Now what we expect during the session, that if it comes back up to 57,000, it should be met by selling pressure because this support was real. There's the closure points. There's the previous resistance, previous resistances. There's a lot of pressure at the 57. So now that we've closed below, I'm thinking it's going lower. And unfortunately, that could lead to 54,000. What do you guys think about this one? Already got almost 500 people coming in here. What we're going to do is we're having a little bit different schedule for now. We're going to do an hour and a half, probably 15 minutes into the open for now on in the channel. And I'm still taking submissions as well for thumbnails. See what you guys think about this one. We do want to get to a more generic thumbnail that you guys can spot every day for all of our market opens. Preferably just, you know, really beautiful, really shiny, really clickbaity if possible to grow the community. Hey, why not? Why not? But if you do have any submissions, remember, chuck them in the Discord community. We go over here to the Discord community just quickly before we keep going in, and you'll notice this is it. By the way, any Diamond Hands members, if you are, or Day Trader members, if you do not see these some of these extra rooms, you won't see them all necessarily unless you're Day Trader or a member on our website. This is all of the membership rooms that are open for your viewing pleasure, and there's some pretty good stuff in there, and the community is getting awesome. So join the Discord link, click it wherever it is. I'm going to say it early tonight. BTC coming in with the 56,000. This is a problem. What did the community say? 45K, says Thomas Wadden. That would be the worst case scenario, I think, here. Down to 42K, cooking with stocks around there. Yep, that makes some sense. 55 from Al Howard. It's crashing, mate, says Truly Messiah. 10,000, says Triple T Rocks. Wow, that is really low. I'm not sure about that just yet. I still think this is the difference. Stefan says, Tom, do you ever... I'm married, mate. It's all good, bro. Tom's losing some serious dollars, says Truly Messiah. I'm not losing that much. Don't worry about that. Don't worry about that. But I have got the retop if necessary. I have got the retop if necessary. Verified news, US $5. This is Dave. He says, lost 66% on TNA calls. Damn. Rolled over to puts yesterday around current price, Friday expiry. Wish me luck. Man, Dave, you need luck. Guys, give Dave apes. We need to give Dave apes in the room. Give him little ape logos because he needs a lot. He needs our support. Oh man, Dave, you definitely, I'll have to give you some apes. Where's an ape? I'll give you the crazy one that you get. There you go, man. I sent it in the chat. Damn, dude, you live like a dangerous lifestyle of options. Remember, guys, be careful with options. If you only give them a few days before expiry, it can be dangerous. So look, BTC under here, the real levels today are going to be, if it comes back up to 57,000, will it be met by resistance selling? I would think so, based on the current structure, based on everything that's occurring. I actually now think BTC goes lower, and we could see a 54,000, 55,000 in really matter of maybe 24-hour scale, because this is the speed at which these markets work. That's a very significant zone. Let's now go over to Ethereum. Ethereum also breaking past the last low and closing below. I think Ethereum has a ton. Oh, there's a lot of apes coming in for the room for you, Dave. You're lucky. Good donation there. I believe in the power of the community helping you. Resistance 1870 here for Ethereum. I don't know if there's anything before that, but there is a strong line through it. Let's have a look at the daily closes here. Okay, daily closes. Yeah. Weekly. Oh. There's other coins that I found better technicals on. Ethereum, what is it going to do? Don't know on this one. I actually don't know where it's going to stop. There's just not enough structure. I think that's okay, that level, but it's not enough structure. Let's move over to DOT. DOT is a little bit more profound. I think DOT has actually hit support, or hit where you would think it's finding support. 40, 38, 20-ish zone. Now, DOT's just crunched itself into this. What's the percentage change here from top to bottom now? So you're talking about a 23%. Has me interested. So 23% in this flash, DOT has actually purchased down to this area. Previous resistance, 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 daily closes. The big move came in, didn't quite get to the 50. Nice move though, all the same. And then now it's come back down to the 38. Ooh, I don't know what to feel about this. Do I need to see a little bit more consolidation here? Probably. Unless you're a crazy person, you might have to get a little bit more consolidation. That DOT US dollar, it is at the zone. That is the zone. Resistance, resistance, resistance becomes support. The closure points, 38, 20-ish was pretty much reached. I mean, what was this price? 37.72. So it's already reached the price and bounced off it. Oh, yeah. All right, we'll come back and view that throughout the stream. ADA, wild. We haven't changed any of the prices from yesterday. We saw this one go live during stream. I saw a few people took it off at 131. So our first level was retrieved, 133. It just shows you how wild the markets are. Guys, do you remember this one? Nasty ADA. Gets up there, hits the 133, doesn't keep going to the 147, and then smack bang back into our support area, finding support straight away. So will this actually be a BTC decline while some of these coins actually hold up? because I don't want ADA under here. No, 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 no. We are not going underneath here. Because if we get underneath here, then ADA goes back to $1, and that's not cool for a lot of people. So I would like to see it hold in the range. And next time round, of course, luckily we had that 133 for potential scale outs, for potential take profits. People were doing that. What happened with Chainlink? It happened across the board, man. Chainlink, also the same thing. So Chainlink back down into support. Big movement into the first resistance, but we were aiming, of course, for a 40. Chainlink is not as bad. I mean, percentage-wise, Chainlink's only down 11%. You've got to put this in perspective of what some of these other coins are doing. I mean, ADA as a percentage down from this previous peak, around 12-ish. Dot more. We saw how much Dot's percentage was. And Chainlink straight back down to support. This is the wildness of the markets right now when crypto does this. And this is what scares a lot of retail traders. You've got to either believe in the cycle, believe where you are at in the markets right now, or is it a scare? Are we seeing a whale dump or a scare? I think it's more likely a scare at this stage. These types of crashes in crypto markets, they're not usually sustained for more than a couple of hours. A couple of days. If they're sustained past like a week, that's usually a big problem. And you guys know this. Like when you get through, you go back and you look at BTC, and I think that's probably the only thing you can do. You go back, you have a look at BTC, you go to a weekly, and you think about what happened during the 17 cycle. These are brutal dumps. You need to realize that when you're in this, oh my goodness, 40% dump off in BTC. 40%. The second dump off here, 40% dump off. Then what's the third dump off here? This one here, 30% dump off. But look how short they were. So this one, a little bit more sustained. Interestingly enough, started in May 17, fell off. The second one, August, only 2 or 3 weeks or 2 weeks to the low. And then we have another 1 week full rebound. So it depends what stage we are in the market. But when you get multiple, where you've got to be really careful is multiple sustained dumps, like at the end here. And I'm talking much bigger than what they are right now. This is nothing compared to what really happens. It's the sustained dumping that you've got to be careful of in crypto. That proves the end. And as far as I'm concerned, we're still very much in the cycle. I mean, you think about this altcoin cycle, not altcoin cycle, you think about Bitcoin cycle. This isn't up to date. Let me just quickly update it. Let me click the updated list. So this is where we are. Wait a second. What's this? Whoa, whoa, whoa. Look, I'm coming in close. We're drawing the lines. Whoa, it's like the exact same timing. So this is where we are at the moment. And this is where it actually crashed after the halving event. So they're very close together. Very close together. Then the dump began, then the next cycle began, then the dump began. Then look at it. It's an identical day. Will it be a bit more sustained? Well, time will tell, but that's amazing how close that is. I don't think you need to be concerned. Things are playing out the same way as usual. Now, if you're crazy leveraged in crypto, maybe you need to be concerned. There is valid thoughts behind that. But just remember, in BTC, a fall of a couple of percent is not much. Does it knock around the market? Yes, of course it does. But I'm thinking here we go down to 54, 55, and then we start to consolidate. 56, look, anything can stop it, but I don't think that's the zone. Doesn't make that much sense. Yields and dollar down, market not up, says Dave. Yeah, look, I think the thing with market not up, it doesn't move exactly in unison with these things. So yes, the dollar's down, but even as a percentage, the dollar's not that much down. Well, it was down a lot yesterday. It wasn't down as much in this session. We need a 40% dump on crypto now, says Kevin. Kevin is obviously very greedy. He wants in, or he wants to get rid of it. Bob Saget says, don't forget to smash the like button. Thank you so much, Bob. We've already got 1,100 viewers in here today. Thank you so much, guys. Conscious says, keep subscribing. Gotham says, please ban Streamlabs. Streamlabs is what I use, but it's insane. I pay for this thing, And it does crazy stuff. Like, look, all the subscribing people. I don't know. They probably subscribed literally 2 days ago. That's how out of date some of these things can be here. What else we got going on here? Do you see the XRP drop off? Oh, I do, but I kind of thought that XRP was tapped at $1. So for me, I thought it was tapped at $1. It's actually broken through all of the little, this was the little trend that it was doing. So the little trend was 1 hour, 20 moving average. Then it closed below. So I'm not surprised at all that XRP is dropping off heavily, because what's going to happen here is people are like, I could sell XRP at a profit and I could go buy DOT. I could buy Polkadot at a 30% discount to where it was a couple of days ago. Do I like this, or do I like Polkadot more? Or do I like Cardano more? Or do I like something else more? Link. If I like those coins more, what am I going to do if they're down lots and I'm up lots on this one? I'm going to say goodbye. See ya. See ya, pump dump. I'll be back soon. And that is the mentality that a lot of people have. So I think that's why it's also selling off. Where does XRP stop? I think probably somewhere around this 75 cents makes sense for it. It's been previous resistance. If it comes down here, I'd like to see consolidation and then further movement up if the SEC stuff works out. Hold your XRP, says Mountain Fortress. He's telling you got to hodl. Herman C says 1.1k viewers and 270 likes. Come on, people. Tom, what platforms do you use? Look, I use TradingView a lot for technical analysis. Then in terms of trading in Australia, there's a lot of different brokers I use. So I use NAB, which is a big bank here. I use a bit of private, like the different kind of liquidity that you usually don't get retail. And then on top of that, things like, look, I've even used Stake a little bit. Stake's like a free kind of Robinhood here in Australia for the US. So that there are definitely quite a few options. And of course, in currency, we recommend Pepperstone. Trio, US $1.99. Can you check Hylin? Hyln. Yeah, we can check that one out. Thank you very much, Trio. We'll do it in just a few moments. The Upper Decks, maybe after the TV show, US $5. Harmony One thoughts. She is a good project. She fallen. Thank you, Tom from Texas. Thank you very much, Upper Decks. We'll check that out. So look, it is crypto morning. Crypto is getting crushed. I haven't even looked at some other spec cryptos. Let's have a look at the spec cryptos. Oh, look at that F. Spec cryptos. What's this thing doing? Oh, that's a big percentage. What is that percentage-wise? Oh, it's not that bad. 20%. Actually holding up pretty well. What are some other ones? This one is specky crypto. Oh, 20%. Bit worse. Yeah. All right, let's check the broad market here before we go into those donations and the rest of things. We'll go back over crypto very, very soon, but I want to know what's going on here as well. I like all the markets. Let's click the pre-market here. This is 23 billion plus. I'm going to click it. Okay, Alibaba down 1.43%. That seems to be leading it. Snowflake barely down. Pre-market greens, what have we got going on here? Chipotle, the unstoppable beast, 1,510. Damn. Americans, you love Chipotle way too much. I didn't even know Chipotle was this popular, but 1,510. It's pretty high again. Spotify, 286 here. Up 1.3%. What else is going on? ResMed, CrowdStrike had a good day yesterday. Roku had a crazy day yesterday. It was about 8 or 9% up. SEA, I think it is, or SE. That's a stock that I know ARK purchased yesterday. It's a big popularity contest in the private Discord that we have. There's a few guys in there that love that stock, so that's been moving. Let's have a look here at the percentage changes in the pre-market for the kind of, I don't even know why BlackBerry's up, but BlackBerry's up 4.89%. What is GME doing? GME, AMC, 0.39% down. Okay. 0.93. Where's my GME? GameStop, 0.31%. So still holding within the zone. 173, 200, 173, 200 on GME. I'm almost sick of talking about that stock. You guys sick of GME? I mean, if you're in it, you're not sick of it, but it's just sitting there. Just sitting there. It's so boring. It needs to move either one, give us a damn 173 break or give us a 200 break. Preferably 200 because more of you will be happy. Churchill Group, which is CCIV, down 1.06. That's been a big flop. Palantir, did it get above 24? Still cannot get above the magical 24 number, 23.17. Scott Lentz says morning. Good morning, Scott. Good morning, everybody. Good afternoon, everyone. And good evening to many people that are in Australia and New Zealand, or probably really early morning in New Zealand. Let's move over to some of these donations. Let's check out Highland. Then we'll go over to the Russell 2000, etc. This is a $1.99 donation from Trio. 4 hour. Ooh, pre-market up 9%. Okay. Whoa. Damn, dude. That thing looks pumpy dumpy. What the hell happened to it over here? What the? It's a SPAC. Must be a SPAC. I don't even know this one. So look, it had a big run. It's fallen off, and now it's had a nice little pickup. I guess you're probably asking what is going on with it. Well, firstly, it's found, I guess you would call it a small base. At least it's getting above the 1150. Clearly, there's some problem here at 1150 for it. See the previous little bit of support, the resistances across the board. We'll just go with the 1150 because it's the only psychological that makes sense. Oh, sorry about that. So we've got the resistance, we've got the pullback to 1150, and then we move on to the next zone. So we probably move on towards the 14, the 15, etc. This is actually a very good break if it can hold. So I don't know why it's breaking. It's up 9% pre-market, probably news of some kind. If it can hold, if it then comes down and retests, you would expect buying pressure to be here. Even through this session, you would probably expect buying pressure to be at 1150. Go check the news. Put that news together with everything else that you're doing. As we always say, that stocks are a mixture. And for anyone that goes, oh, look, I trade TA in stock market. I don't need to know anything about the company. I'm just a beast. Well, the problem is that you're doing yourself a disservice. Both, guys. Why do we have a course on stock trading, a stock trading masterclass, and a course on TA? Because it's both of them. It's important to know both. You have to know both. So 1150, yes. I think that's okay. It must hold pre. Good luck on this one. And targets could be pretty astronomical. I mean, as percentages, you're looking at 14, I think, until you really hit anything. And then maybe even the 15 plus, like that 1540-ish zone. Good luck there, Trio. Upper Decks has asked about Harmony 1. This sounds like it's a crypto. $1 tether. He says, she is a good project, but she's fallen. All right, let's have a look. Oh, it's falling. This was one that we looked at yesterday, and we did not like the price action coming in. And I remember because I said the problem is it's on this hideous looking support-ish line that looked like it was going to break. Look, it is falling. It's done a lot better. So the project is now, oh yeah, so if you're buying it now, you'd be looking at 85% from the top. It's moved towards the support. The ultra support's going to be down here. So that's where the ultra support is. It's hit the support like a falling knife. Can we get some knives in the chat? We need knives. We're going to have to add an emoji for the members of the community. This is catching the falling knife if you're going to do that. Look, 0.12 was always going to be the point, because this thing, I think when we were analyzing it, it seems to like these rounds. It's trading very consistently with generalized retail trader, retail herd mentality. It stops at these twos. Look, 0.22, 0.12, 0.10. All these twos seem to make a big difference to this particular coin. That's the way I'd always be looking at it. I think it has hit its first support, and I think worst case, it probably comes down here. I mean, there's always a worser case, but if it does come down here, reward-wise, if it can get back up, if crypto can recover, of course, there is some great potential here in this one. I don't know anything about the project. Maybe I should do some studies on it. Maybe I will. Let me see if I can. I'll write it down. I'll tell you what. I'll write it down. Let me see what I think of this one. Harmony 1. Okay. It's written down in my pad, and I'll check that out later, Upper Decks. Thank you for the donation. Good luck. The falling knives have come out. There they are. Whoa, Jose's put some kind of sword dagger in there. Thank you very much. Bob Saget says, gosh, dongles, just imagine how hedgies feel watching GME price action. They're probably sweating. There's no donuts in the room, okay? They're not getting no fruit platters. I remember I was jealous. I went to Bloomberg once. I'll tell you what, you ever get to go to Bloomberg office? Ooh, they have the full spread. The Bloomberg office has like 10 employees in Australia. Maybe less, maybe 3. They have a chef for these 3 employees and a giant fish tank and a snack bar. They got like 4 employees. And they get a snack bar and a giant fish tank and a chef. It's awesome. Nothing wrong with being Bloomberg. If you want to aspire to be something, be a Bloomberg employee in Australia. It's awesome. What did Kramer say? Kramer has been pumping Chipotle, says Harry. I saw Kramer says it's a great time to be owning stocks, but then he goes, but be careful. Kramer's a beast, man. He keeps it up. A lot of people say that, I mean, how could Kramer ever be right? He has to talk about the market every day and he has to go crazy and have picks and stuff. It's amazing he stayed around. Very popular guy, isn't he? James Hess, US $5. Hi, Tom. Can you have a look at Tesla on the 1 minute? Just curious what you think. Man, James, you're getting wild here. 1 minute Tesla. I'm not even sure if I've ever looked at it on this time frame other than when we go into the pre-market, into the actual open. And by the way, we are just under, or just over, 1 hour away from the market opening. So the 1 minute, let's try breaking down if there's any madness here. Well, I guess around this 695, yes, a little bit up here. You're probably going to be looking through that little low there, and you're probably going to be looking through that. Now, is that kind of mad to draw? Yeah, probably. But this is the type of thing that I would do on a 1 minute. If you said, oh, Tom, you have to trade this and you have to make decisions based on this chart, the way I'd be looking at it is we've just hit a 3-time resistance. We've hit a support. Because remember, I used to scalp a lot. This is the type of thing that I got into the first time when I first started trading. I was like, oh yeah, scalp. We all started in scalping. And then you go to day trading, and then you go to swing trading, and then you get really lazy and you go to swing trading and investing. That's what, because keeping up scalping is actually incredibly time intensive, and it means that it's like a mixture thing. Do you want to always, the stuff I talk about here, it'll actually work through all the time frames. But yeah, what do you want to do? Look, I like this little resistance here. This is the way I'd be looking at it. A little bit of resistance. And you know me, with a scalp, I would look for a closure above here. And of course, the pre-market's opening down here. I know that. But let's just say the market was open, yeah? And it was trading. I'd look for a closure above here. And then I would take a portion. And then I would take a second portion on the pullback. And then, of course, I'd be taking it into something like a 694. Now, you're only getting a few dollars here. But that's what you're doing. You're scalping the market. You could also, then at this portion, I would get a portion off. So I would say, okay, I want to take out half. And I'd leave the other half on to the top. That's the type of way that I would approach it. Does it make sense? Yeah, I like trapping like that. I especially like it when you have a series of lower highs coming through, a horizontal resistance support, and all of it kind of sitting in the zone. Now, where is it right now? It's 690 pre, so it's a little bit underneath. It still could happen. I mean, it could go 690 back up in here, do the same thing. That's the way I would break down the 1 minute, if that makes some sense. Thank you very much, James Hess. Is that the way you see it? Let's find out here. BB announced a deal with Volvo, says Kevin. Really? Chipotle salty, that's why. Man, if I was in America, from what I hear, I'd just be eating some Chick-fil-A. I'd probably be incredibly obese because I'd like Chick-fil-A so much. Chick-fil-A, that's the way, isn't it? We like the stop, says Bagzaggett. J-Rock coming in with the AMC, GME, Harambe's. Isn't Chipotle a sausage, Tom? In America, it's the Mexican food, and it's okay. It's okay from what I've heard. Taco truck for me, says Jose Rodriguez. Taco truck's good. Too expensive. Too expensive. Chipotle hired Taco Bell's... Wait, what was this? Taco Bell's executive to run it. Okay, great company nonetheless. Check SOS. Do I want to even click SOS? Oh, it's up. All right, here we go. This thing has been horrible. And now it's up 5.85%. Straight into the hideous resistance. I saw someone complaining about this in the Discord community today. They're like, I hate SOS. It pisses me off. But, well, now you're feeling good about it because it's going back up. Look, it is back into the problem land. Straight away 586, but that's okay. It's not too bad. A King says, tried Chipotle once, meh. ACK says, yes, Chick-fil-A. I'm not sure if that's how you say it, but there's Bradley Back says, Chick-fil-A is amazing, but usually want it on Sundays and they are closed. Yeah, they've got some like, you cannot franchise it to someone that doesn't work there or something like that. And I don't know what else it is. There's all these crazy things to do with what the owner said. You're never allowed to put it on the stock market. And you're not allowed to open on Sundays. It's an awesome company. They're just like, I'm not changing for no one. Tom's the man. Chick-fil-A for sure. Nothing better. I know what you guys like in America. I want Chick-fil-A in Australia. Bring it here. Bring it here. We have crap. We think KFC is the best. I'm prepared to be wrong. But that's what a lot of people here in Australia think. Matthew Harris got another donation. Yes, SOS is going off its nut. I always say, if you're there and you're picking it up and you're like, yes, I found the support and I'm happy to buy it here because I'm taking a risk, it's worthwhile. But it's up 30.89%. Now, the other day we saw Nanox or something, NNOX. And people were like, oh, I'm really interested. I mean, unfortunately, people were buying it here. I know they were. And the problem with these is that they're pumpy dumpy. SOS is well known to have sustained moves on it, but it won't go back to the same type of thing that it did over here. I mean, look, you could prove me wrong, and you could say, look, haha, Tom, we're at $16, you're an idiot. But most of these big runs, like they were doing it, they're not happening the same way anymore. Do you guys agree? Do you guys agree? I have not seen a sustained run in some time. Look at the runs that came through that March area where everyone was getting into the market. Look, we have to face facts. Things have changed a little bit. People are definitely a little less interested in the markets right now. As a general whole, you shouldn't be because the markets are awesome and you should always stick around, but people are less interested than here. Everyone wanted to be a stock trader over here. Now people are stuck in positions. They're like, stupid stocks, I lost money, what the hell? So Rocket's a great example of pumpy dumpy, and the second and third spurts not being as strong as the first. SOS, I don't know what the news is. What are you guys saying the news is? Paul Ticket says, Chipotle, my life. Shake Shack kills all those. Truly Messiah says, seriously, your Aussie original KFC chicken is pretty good compared to Japan, Korea, etc. Malaysian KFC, I once ate it. It literally gave me like pox. I'm telling you, Malaysian KFC, terrifying. Do not eat it. Do not eat Malaysian KFC. It was terrifying. Crazy KFC. It had like cheese and oh man, it was bad. The kimchi premium is gone. I saw that. Kimchi premium means the Korean premium on Bitcoin. Is that actually gone now, the kimchi premium? Can I see it on CoinMarketCap? What do you guys think? Oh, here we go. Amateur Day Trader says, agreed. The retail investors that came in either made a lot or money and ran or lost all their money and can't invest anymore. I think they just won't. They're not prepared to hold the position. So look, it's going into a resistance somewhere here. I'm not sure if you're in it, congratulations. I hope it keeps running for you. It could go upwards of these highs. I mean, I'm not saying it can't get back in here, but if it gets here and you don't have a plan, you're mad. You're crazy. And I don't want you to be crazy. Okay, if it gets up to 870 and you don't have a plan, damn, I don't know what you're doing in trading, because that's terrifying. Someone in Malaysia is going to hate on me for saying the KFC's bad there. It gave me the pox, guys, I'm telling you. Let's scroll up. Matthew Harris, Australian $5. Is that where we're up to? Oh, wait, I missed one. James Hess. Oh, no, that's the $1 1 minute Tesla. Matthew Harris, Australian $5. Candlestick Senpai. APT ASX. I think we are looking to break above 122. I checked this one today. Take profit before 135. Next resistance afterwards, 143. Can you grade me? I will grade you. I love that. I love the donation, man. I don't love the stock because it's Afterpay, but that's all right. I totally agree. This is one of the most exciting Australian stocks for sure. So look, $100. Look at the beauty of the $100 hold. Now you've got some levels here. Let me check it out. So you got 122 break above, correct. Probably 122.50. Just because you want it above the body, yeah? Oh, wait a second. Where's the body? Oh, yes, dude. All right, well done, Matthew. I like it. So 122 break. All right, and then you've got 135. 135. What have we got here? Let's go to the 4 hour. $135. I feel like it's kind of more of a random level, but I get what you're saying. And then you've got 143. 143.80. I see that. 135. So I would think it's probably more like this. But you're totally right on the break. Yes. That's why people took profit here. It's like the SOS. If I was trading $100 and I got 22% out in a couple of days, am I going to be like, oh yes, I'm going to take it there because I saw the resistance and I'm like, goodbye, or scale out? Yeah, of course you are. And that's why there is resistance. So you're right. It's basically like this. It's movement up. There is some here at 130. I'm just thinking it's more of a psychological. But remember, it didn't stop the first time. So I'm not sure how important this is. I will say another thing is it stopped right around there. Then it gapped underneath. Then it came back up and failed around this zone. So maybe it's more of a zone level that you want to pay attention to. Is it strong? Not really. The 122 is a much more important level. And then you've got 143 on your levels here. I see it. Support, resistance. Yes, you're correct. And then, of course, the 160. So I don't think 150 matters after that. It's probably going to be the 160. Very cool. I think you've done a good job. And 122 is the massive resistance that you're really looking for here on Afterpay. Thank you for the donation. Matthew, well done. I love the donation, by the way. Giving me some levels that you're looking at. Nothing gets better. Nosa 1084 says, I have some SOS. Congratulations. Lukey says, shall I sell my ETH? What are you going to do after you sell it? Where are you moving to? Are you moving into something else, or are you just going to sit in cash and wait until you get back in there? Gillian Reeves says, KFC is, ugh. I heard it's bad in America, though, compared to Australia. We use the Ingham's chicken. Chick-fil-A is a winner. Chipotle made me gain like 15 pounds, but good guacamole. Reddit pumping the SOS, says Nyson. I'll tell you what's pumping. Let's have a look here. Let me check the old pump symbols. Tell you what hideous things are pumping today. Don't get caught up in the pump too much, guys. So we've got pumps, SOS, AMC, Romeo Power, lots of Ease NF, 88 Energy. Oh, damn, that thing got smashed. That was one from a few days ago or a few weeks ago. Oxygen, ZOM, XRP. And then we've got XL as well, SRNE, Hylin Holdings, and CBAT. And I guess Mara, because people are scared. Dina M, super chatted $5. Good evening, Tom. Can you take a look at Vizio, VZIO? Thank you. Certainly will, Dina. Thank you for the donation. Welcome to the 1,583 viewers out there as well. Do you guys like the new thumbnail? If you do, check it out. Let me know what your thoughts are. Let's go around the markets just quickly before we do the donation. So here we are, 13,573 on the US 100. 13,570 hit the 13.6. That's the resistance line over here on the left hand side. It becomes the resistance line over here on the right hand side. Makes perfect sense. If the Nasdaq is to drop, where's it going to find support? I believe it's going to be the 13,300. Nothing has changed since yesterday. It has remained the same if it's going to. Now, when we get a closure above 13.6, what is this? 13,600. We'll go to the daily. Little long leg doji now. Okay, so we just need a closure above this point. What is that? 13,670. Then we can move towards 13.9. So there's some actually good profit in that. Once it closes above there, it goes here. If it closes below here, more likely, very likely to go to 13.3. So long leg doji. What is long leg doji, guys? Indecision candle. Indecision candle equals we need to make a decision. And the only way we can make a decision is either going above or going below. They're the zones that we must do. Close either way will signal either 13.3, I believe, or the 13.9. So you know what, Dave? Verified news. You know what might happen? If it does get under here, you might be actually pretty happy with yourself. Kieran Coleman, welcome to the Diamond Hands. Salute to you, Kieran. Thank you very much for joining the community. Enjoy all of the emoticons. I'll have the big brain emoticon coming soon and the small brain to be used in the chat. Remember, we all big brain people here. We know what's going on in the markets and we know how to hopefully pull some profits out of them. US 100, yeah, that's the thoughts. And the longer term trend here still is up. 14,300 is the aim. Everything has played out. The inverse head and shoulders is in play. Let's see if it can continue the magic through April. Remember, April, historically a pretty good month, when March is a crappy month. And March was not a good month last week. Or by the end. IWM, this is the Russell down 0.26% coming into the market. Nothing much to say here. The same pullback in the NAS will probably pull the Russell to around this level, and then that will be met by, you would think, buying pressure. Buying pressure there. Tesla, let's have a quick look because things are moving. Things are moving faster than we always see. BlackBerry now up only 3.78%, and on the downside, Riot Blockchain getting belted 5.79%. Media Corp down 5%, AMC down 1%. Go to the screener. ResMed up 1.14%. Zscaler now, the second one, down 1%. So this has changed a lot since we started the stream. Only 38 minutes ago. There's a lot of percentage changes. Way more reds coming through, like Baidu, Alibaba. These stocks just still aren't great, are they? Alibaba, it's a shell. It's a shell of a company from where it's been. It's really, really, really sad. Like what can happen when you get intervention on corporate companies. It really punishes them. US 10-year Treasury bouncing off the daily 20, finding some buying pressure here. Dollar index still moving down, but I will say this. It's hit the daily 20. So it hit the daily 20. It hit the daily 20. I've got major support at 92 anyway. Remember, if it bounces off here, that's not exactly great for the stock market. If you get bullish dollar, that will equal weakness in the market and possibly a pullback for the US 100 down to the 13,300. Let's now do Dina's donation for Vizio, VZIO. Vizio Holdings. Ooh, pulled back somewhat. Oh, this has no data. Very hard for us to do any TA on something that has no data. Came into the hype, which is pretty normal with an IPO. And now it is slimming down. Look, there's not much stuff to say positive about this one. It's coming down. This is support because it was resistance before it broke out. This is clearly the most important zone for it. But here's the problem. It's an IPO. And IPOs always go hard at the beginning. In the US, it's like a philosophy. You buy the IPO, it goes up like Snowflake, goes mental, like Twitter, like anything else, and then it gets crushed for a year and then comes back. This does not look strong, and it's not about this trend line because there is none. It's about this series of lower peaks coming into it. This is putting severe pressure on this 22, 20-ish zone or $22 zone. A break under here, unfortunately, is quite negative towards it and would pressure it well back down. I would think even possibly back down to the IPO coming in price of $18. If it breaks back above 24, that's going to be positive. I'm not bullish on it. I'm mostly bearish on it at this level. I just don't believe in this type of price action. Lower highs coming in, no rebound. It's very horrible. And that's just the truth. That's the way that I see this. It's the same thing time and time again with these IPOs. It could be a great company. Check the valuation, do some fundamentals on it, see if it stacks up. And of course, if it closes underneath here, that's where you usually see the sequence of weakness come through for this. That's where you see the weakness. We've got Verified News Dave, $2. He says short riot. That's Dave's opinion. But he says short riot. That's all it was. Thank you very much, Dave, for the donation. Stefan Figuera, super chat $2.99. No message, but $2.99. Thank you so much, Stefan. I appreciate that one. Let me just quickly load this up and see. Okay, that's all right. Everything is good. Everything is good. Viacom oust. Is there something going on here that I don't know about? Bloodbath McGrath says, who else has a call with dust today? Violent J says, why you all hating on Tom? Dude's legit, bro. Who's hating? No one's hating. It's all good. Probably the guy that got deleted here. I'm not sure what he's talking about. What else have we got here? Tom, give us some Uniswap long-term chart analysis. Yeah, fair enough. We haven't done Uniswap on this channel very often. This is a crypto. Uniswap dollar. Uni US dollar. What is going on here? Pretty big drop off, $28. Let's go to the longer term. Let's go to the weekly. So we know Uniswap has risen to fame. This is the picture of literally, like it's got one of the worst pictures for trying to make a lot of money and being legitimized. But yes, it had a massive rise to fame. Of course, in December, it was $3.60. Now it's worth $28. Pretty phenomenal change. We go down to the 4 hours and daily. Oh, it's hard to read this one. It's moved off the trend. So it's moved off the trend line, which is good. A lot of these coins, like I'm looking at it now, DOT's back up to $39. ADA's up to $118.70. So they're all bouncing off these first initial zones. This was the crash zone for Uniswap. We talked about this one yesterday. Where could we see it? There's some big things coming out with announcements. Crypto is all about announcements, and as many as possible, as fast as possible, every single month. There's no reason to think it can't go a lot higher, and it's mostly got to do with coin market cap. So if we go and we have a look at the size of Uniswap, that's the key. We scroll down, Uniswap currently $15 billion. Now, let's say that we believe this project can rival, I don't know, Polkadot, or it can rival Cardano. What size are they? $36 billion. Even what do we think it could get up to? Now, all of these seem to be moving kind of similarly. Litecoin, Chainlink, Uniswap, they're all kind of coming into that 15 billion valuation. I could see them go a little bit higher, up to 20, 25, 30 by the time this cycle's over. But when you look at the charts right now, it's hard to read. Like, where go back here. How can we read this other than the trend line? Go that way, 8 hour. How can we read this? So much noise. Strange resistance over here, then resistance, resistance, resistance. This was a good area, so I'd have this on you. There was no closure points above this 34.30 kind of area. See how it's all wicks? Wick, 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 wick. So I'd have that as a longer term. Then the 32 is another horizontal support resistance. And we know we like horizontal support resistances a lot more. So key area again, resistance coming through. And the trend line. So I'd probably go with like something like this. Maybe a little pullback to the 30. And then if it gets through there, and if it gets through there, it starts to come into a much better valuation. It doesn't stop at rounds either. I noticed that. So when I was looking at Uniswap last time, I thought, oh, it should stop at $30 and find resistance. And it went actually a lot higher. So it extended well out. But 30 was still the point where it crashed off. Then it went to 35 and sold off it. So what I would probably do is, if I was looking for a break of this, I wouldn't even care about 35. I'd be all in the 40. The 40 would be the zone I would have for Uniswap. I think it's a much better point. Actually, probably does sell off rounds. 25 wasn't reached. So 25, definitely, yes. Put in 40. 40 would be the target. Similar to Chainlink. Trend line, that's kind of my main breakdown for it, if it makes some sense. They're the only levels I'd look at. Nothing else I'm interested in on Uniswap at this stage. We've got a new member joining the community, JT Raj, joining the Stonk Squad. Thank you so much, JT Raj. Appreciate it. Enjoyed the emoticons, and yeah, hopefully you're having a good time. See that chart? Look at BTC now. I'm not sure what you're talking about there, Dave, but we'll check out some other stuff. We've got here Co-op. Super chat at $4.99. Can you look at PaySafe, PSFE, merged with BFT recently? Yes, a SPAC led by Bill Foley. Thank you. Yeah, we've looked at PaySafe a few times. We certainly will do that in just a few moments, Co-op. So we've got US 100 down 0.29% on the day, 13,558. We've got the US 500, 4,070 or 67, down 0.2%. Russell 2000 coming in slightly underneath. Dollar index flat pretty much. And 10-year treasury yields actually spiking 1.3%. Nothing to be concerned about in the stock markets. It's more about the crypto markets. And that's led at this stage by BTC falling at below 57,000. And when you go into the smaller time frames, it's rallying a bit now, but it all comes down to how does it interact with the 57,000 on something like the 4 hour. This was support, 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 support. If it bounces here, will it sell off the 57 and begin a further sell off down to 54,000-ish zone, previous heavy buying pressure? That's going to be the problem. Let's see if there's a trend line that goes further out for BTC. Any trend lines that have held through time? So what's this one looking at? 1, 2 would line up with 54 if it fell off a cliff. That would make some sense. That would make some sense. 54. Supports across here, the last two lows, and if it fell really hard, really fast, which it tends to do if it's going to. So let's just say theoretically it does this. That would be most likely a zone that I would expect buyers to come into control here on BTC. I think so. Let's check out PaySafe, PSFE. This is for Co-op. PaySafe. 0.42% up in the pre. This one we did yesterday, so I know what we were talking about. We're talking about this. We were talking about the bottom end basically being kind of like noisy, and we're talking about that level there. So let's go down. Go to weekly firstly. So it's found a heavy level of buying pressure. We know this. It once got through lower during that flash crash that started in March. So it once got lower, but now it's stabilized. So you've got nice buying pressure constantly coming through at this area here, which is the 1380. So there's been nice buying pressure at the 1380. If we then go down to the smaller time frames, which we can do, go down to the daily, we'll see a series of wicks that have come through. Let's go to the 4 hour. Series of wicks. We haven't put test on that yet, but we have a 15. So what I think this is going to do is it's going to move up. It's going to hit this line. It's going to sell off a little bit, maybe down here. And then if it gets through this line, very importantly, and I would like it actually to hit it, find resistance like it's done before, and then move on up through. If that does happen, it's going to be super beneficial to you, because what it's showing you is if it breaks through the 15 then and closes above, remember close above 4 hour time frame is what we're looking at here, that you're ready to move to the next level. And the next level gets exciting because it's $17. It's a decent percentage. But what you can be fairly happy about is PaySafe is at least finding a base. Yesterday we were worried because it was coming straight into it. But if it can hold up, and if it holds this level and it moves past here, you can start to get a lot more bullish on it. So it's on support right now. Good luck. And I wish you all the best, and so does the community. 1,666 viewers here. If you're enjoying the stream, guys, please remember to subscribe. Hit that like button. Where are we at, actually, with the likes today? Let's see where we're at. 300 only, guys. Oh, 400. There we go. Oh, 475. 25 more, guys, and we get to the zone where we can get a little bit hyped. And I need it right now. I need hype after seeing these crypto markets. Terrifying stuff. DOT, by the way, moving nicely. Oh, yes. That's good. Rejection, rejection, strong. See? Off the 38, the daily point. Off the 38, off the 20. Right there, right now is where it was. That is the key area. ADA also bouncing slightly off our 116 area. Look, see, very similar. How do we go when we go to a 2 hour? Same setup, 1 hour, same setup. Okay, we're gonna watch the 1 hour here. 7 minutes time, we'll come back to DOT, we'll come back to ADA, and we'll watch how this closes. It's a super important close for the cryptos. Super important close. Coming straight off our 116.50, double rejections here. Momentum is shifting. Can it hold up and then have a little bit of follow through? I'm excited if that does occur. That would be very, very cool. Tom Siricasano. Tom, hey, morning, Tom. What are your thoughts on AWX? Oh, we'll check it out in a few moments. Oh, I want to watch this. I want to watch this and DOT. I also want to talk about oil quickly because this is a sleeping giant. No one cares about oil right now. Everyone says every other position. They're talking about crypto. They're talking about stocks. They're not talking about oil. And oil's boring, don't get me wrong. But look at it getting trapped within a range. I've got this range up here. I put in the video for you today, guys. 57.42-ish, $62-ish dollars. We've got resistance. We've got support. You go to the daily. You'll see it's being trapped between, and look, it's actually getting condensed by the two moving averages, the 50 and the 20. And when this happens, when it explodes out of this side or this side, it actually proofs pretty well. And we always talk about market proofing on this channel as much as we can. Check the market proofing. You take the range, you extrapolate that out, and then you get bang, right into the peak. I love market proofing. It's so good. Market proofing is the best. We've been acquired, according to somebody. Truly Messiah's got rockets and Harambe's going forward. Okay, I guess that means that we're ready to set up the intro. Let's get it done. Let's load this thing up. So we'll go intro 5. Remember, if you haven't joined the Discord community, do it now, guys. Get in there. Send your memes through. We'll add them to this intro. It's a lot of fun. And it's probably one of my favorite things to do for the week. I always like setting it up, chucking different memes in. It's always good. So let's do it right now, guys. Hopefully this is the type of thing that crypto traders out there are on today, because you need it. I got my coffee ready. Damn, I love coffee. All right, let's do it, guys. Bang. there we go. I'm ready for the open. We are only 34 minutes away, and it feels like we're just getting powered up for today. How you guys feeling? You feeling good? Don't worry, B Diggs. I totally get your donation. I see them all. Tom Siricasano, AWX. We'll come back to DOT and ADA. The two, DOT's moving 39.50. Damn. It's going. 3.97 down 11.97% yesterday. Wow, that was a pretty wild move, wasn't it? Let's go to the weekly. Oh, that is unfortunate. Scroll out a little bit. 6 eventual target. That music hype Bitcoin up, says Jeron. May have. That is an unfortunate day yesterday. So it closes above, but has a hyperactive move to a new high that it can't hold. Now, I just want to let everybody know that if you see a closure like this is not what you really want in terms of a closure. And it's because it's broken above, sure, but I want it to break above like that with a nice little body close. Then you can get the extension move. What it did was it went, I'm just going to do it all. I'm going to go to a new high. I'm going to do it all. And then I'm going to come all the way back down because there's paper hands everywhere here. And what that does is it shows there's very little commitment of buyers in this particular pair. And that's a big problem. What has it done? 11.97%. There's very little trade here on AWX. Oh, it's so patchy. How big is this thing? 15.48 million. Damn. That's small. I can't really say what's going to happen next here, man, because this is so patchy on data. Very little trade, very small thing. That's probably why it has the pumpy dumpy. The good news is that you're still intact with the series. It still looks intact as an upward trend. Today becomes a very important day, though. I would like to see a green day today. Just green, so that you can move back up. $6 is the eventual target, though. You saw that with the resistance over there. Probably even just chuck in like a trend line between these two lows and just hope it holds above that. Good luck on that one, man. Thank you for the donation. B Diggs super chatted $10. Big clap for B Diggs in the chat. SLGG. Good morning, Tom. I've got you, B Diggs. Give him a clap, guys. Super League Gaming. NFT Heaven. 7.15. Is this NFT Heaven? $164 million market capitalization company here. We are back in some form of support. Let's check out the weekly. Okay. Go the 8 hour. All right. Go the 4 hour. Yes. We don't need to go super sleuth here, I think, into really small time frames. That's not going to line up. That is not going to line up, yeah. I would want to see more. At least you know it's bounced off this level twice. 660's bounced twice. It's got some news in. What is this? Oh, nothing important to the stream. 660. It's bounced twice. That's good. I want to see a lightning bolt. We need a lightning bolt in this one. Movement up, movement back down like it's done right now, and I want it to close above 750. When that happens, it can trigger quite a lot of buying, and you know how explosive the buying can be on this because it's been explosive in the past. Explosive buying, big dump, explosive buying, big dump, explosive buying, monster dump, and now it's consolidating. So I would probably be looking for that to be taken out, and I want lightning bolt action. Trough, peak, higher trough, higher peak. Then we can move to the next level. B-Dig says, ha ha ha, doesn't sound so good. No, well, it's not bad. I mean, you've found support at 660. That's good. That's good. You've got your support in. but there's no price action that makes you think, yes, it's going to hold. It kind of looks like the price action does this, comes back down, goes up, and comes back down. Remember, lower highs is the key. We want to see a higher high, and that's why I say lightning bolt. Higher high as much as possible there. Craden Sith, super chat $2. HMBL, please. Is that a bull flag I see? If you're going to just let me know like a flag or a pattern you're looking at, please give me the time frame you're looking at it. Bull flag. Flags are very, very hard to see in the markets. Not what I would say a good strategy would be. I don't see a bull flag. I'm assuming you're going to go to a bigger time frame or something, or you want even a smaller time frame. I don't see a bull flag. 4 hour. Remember, if you're new to trading, try not to use flags. Flags are really, really tough to spot. You have to use super clean flags if you're going to do it. There's just no point in doing anything else. 2 hours. Oh, what is this? How big is this? 3.3 billion. Weekly. I'm just trying to find bearings on these things. Okay. Lots of buying there. There's where the body is. So that's good news. That's a good wick rejection. This week sucks because you haven't had a green week. I really want you to have a green week. 342 up 0.88%. So what does it need to get to? It needs to get to a 382. Oh, I hope you do. So if you get like here, that's going to be good because it's going to show you follow through. So I would love to see a rejection here, a movement up, and a closure just above this. Just needs to be above last week's rejection. I'd be on the weekly actually checking this out. If it gets above there, that's the type of action you want. Support's found heaps of times. Never discount the weekly. It's probably one of the most important. Wow, it is the most important chart other than the daily. But if we get through this zone and you make a new high, that will be very, very bullish for your longer term plans here, because you've basically slingshotted off and it's gone once, twice, 3 times, 4 times, 5 times. Finally, we're ready to move back up to the 5, to the 6, to the 7. So I actually don't mind the chart, but I want to see more action, and I really want that to happen for you. All of these dailies are horrible. So let's get some bullish action. Let's take out that point and keep watching it throughout the week. Look, you know where your low is going to be, somewhere around here. It closed under there, you can start panicking on the weekly, but it hasn't happened yet, so it should be good. Jeffto P Gun has super chatted $5. The fact that BTC is hanging around low makes me think another push lower is coming, possibly 54-ish. Look, the BTC little fall down there, it's all about how does it interact with the 57,000. So I actually fully expect it to get back to the 57,000. It's how it interacts with this zone. And we spoke about it before. Thank you for the super chat, by the way. If it gets back to this zone and it fails here, it's going to most likely, it would move to 54, because when it gets any lower than this 56 kind of area, it'll move to 54. And the reason we line that up is those last 2 lows, and it's the horizontal support we already had. So I think that all this intersection points, they're usually quite strong, and really BTC is actually more about the 8-hour chart. If I'm going to say which is the best chart to look at BTC, the 8-hour chart is smooth. It's like beautiful. It doesn't get better than the 8-hour chart in BTC. It doesn't get better. Look at the resistance. It's the same resistance, 60. The 8-hour chart hasn't even closed underneath yet. It's still got 2 hours, 54 minutes to get through. But this is the only true chart that seems to be very accurate with finding glorious resistances and glorious support. So if you're not looking at the 8-hour chart, I don't know where you are. I don't know where you've been going. But yeah, resistance here. Look, and it closes through sequence. You get your supports on the 8 hours. It's the exact same 54,000, cleans it up for you. The exact same trend lines with the body closes. Everything's the same, but it's the 8-hour chart. So always have this one, if possible, in your trading arsenal. It goes for most cryptos, actually. 8-hour chart's probably the best for that. Rich Singh says, Tommy, save us, guy. Heard you talk to the market gods. If I talk to the market gods, I'd say, show me where I can put a butterfly in the market that I can get a 500 to 1 out of and then make it happen. Okay? That's what we want to do. That's what we want to do. We want to put a butterfly down. Stefan Figura super chat $4.99. Too much support not priced into BTC chart. The walls of money roll in like herpes at a frat party. All right. Institutional adoption equals technical analysis. You are correct. Institutional offering is very important, Stefan. And if it does come through, I actually think that next cycle you'll see a lot more institutional offering. That's when it will truly become its own asset class. And what I mean by that is you'll see it in supers. You'll see it in every alternative investment as a portion. And that's when you can get excited about crypto. The day that happens is the day they can't ban it. The day that happens is the day they can't ban it. Do you guys agree with that? Do you think that when that happens, you cannot ban it? I feel like that. Tyrone's in here. We were wondering, Corey Worthington, if you were the party Corey, because if you were, dude, that's so funny, man. Got to have you. I gotta sell your glasses on the chat here. No one outside of Australia will know who Corey Worthington is, but yes, that would be hilarious. BTC 8-hour chart. Let's go back over to DOT. Let's go to the 1 hour. I want to see the 1 hour. Oh, it's good. Tyrone, what do you think of this? Oh my goodness. Look at the double rejection, guys. We need a little bit more action. Just a little bit more. That, if I showed Tyrone this, and he's in the chat, and I said, what do you think of these double rejection wicks with a little bit of flow through? He'd say, looks very interesting. Technical analysis. What are you really seeing here? You're seeing a support level, which is 38. We know the daily close is there. Then we're seeing 2 rejection levels from a hammer perspective. So this means momentum. It means momentum again. And now you're about to see a new high. So a new high plus a little bit. That usually triggers into the next zone. And the next zone is, of course, 42. And then after that, so on and so forth. But that's the type of thing you want to see. ADA is going to be showing a very similar one. In fact, this is already moving here. This is already moving here. Some crypto coins are not recovering like this. I can tell you that. But these two are recovering much, much better. Look at those rejections, guys. ADA straight off the 116.50 with follow through. Tyrone says, I see it. I also see it. So Stefan asked about institutional adoption equals technical analysis. Yeah, but institutions will buy at selective rates. They're not going to just be like, oh yeah, I'm falling FOMO into crypto and I'm going to buy here and there. They're going to buy at levels. They're going to manipulate crypto, and I still think they're going to follow a cycle and they'll pick up more next time. So I'm not sure if this is the cycle where super funds get into BTC. Artos Alval says there was a huge buy behind the scenes on BTC yesterday. It might take a few days to get announced. There is evidence in crypto Quan, a huge volume out from the exchanges yesterday. So someone bought it. John S says EVs would destroy the earth faster than staying with oil. There's some real studies behind batteries being very, very, very bad. Batteries being very bad. I do tend to agree with you. Yeah, XRP is very similar. All these cryptos are doing it. BTC is also doing it. But ADA and DOT look like the best. What's Link doing? Link is good as well. They're all good. Link not down very much compared to the other coins. It's very interesting. All right, we're 20 minutes away here from the open. I'm just getting absorbed by the charts. I don't know what I'm doing there. Can you check out Sol versus USD Tether? Sol versus USD Tether. This one is not falling very much. Looks a lot stronger. How big is it? Sol. How big is it? Market cap. Solana. Not that one. There it is. Market capitalization. Ooh, pretty big already. 6.8 billion. It's moved up heavily the last couple of days. Great consolidation here with the move. I guess it's probably going for the same kind of move again. Yeah, look, it looks good on the charts. There's nothing. I think there's better bargains than this one right now, considering what the others have done, where they've been, price memory, all of that type of stuff. But yeah, looks strong. Looks like it wants to have a new breakout and keep going up. Last time it stopped around 20, so maybe it goes towards a 30 and then stops around there. Good luck on this one. Philip Magos, US $5. Hi, Tom. What's your take on RK on 20-day 1 hour chart? ARK. Well, I don't know if you can really do analysis too much on ARK. 1 hour chart. I'm not sure what you mean by 20-day. Do you want like... Oh, I'll just look at it on the 1 hour chart for you. Horizontal support, of course, found around that level. What'd they buy yesterday? They bought SEA, I believe. You can use Kathy's ARC to find out what they buy. Just refresh it then. Makes it really easy. See the portions they were buying. So they only bought a few positions yesterday. Trades were in Beam, Fate, and TRMB. They've been buying quite a lot of that. I believe they bought some SE as well some time ago. There it is. SE. So they bought quite a large portion of that as well recently. Look, with ARK, I don't know if you want to do analysis on this. I've said it several times. Go and look at the specific purchases that they have in the portfolio. So check out Square, check out Tesla, check out TDOC. They're the kind of ones that you'll want to look for. Do I think this chart looks okay? Sure. Is it like a giant double bottom? Yeah, kind of it is. And that's because of the things that they're trading. If you actually think about TDOC and where it is, even Tesla, 130 is the resistance here on ARK. And then past that point, you could be looking at some serious gains. Look at the sum of its parts, usually the top 3 to 5 investments. Whenever you're looking at ETFs, 150 as well, quite a heavy resistance. But I would not look at this chart. I would look at the actual ones underneath it. So yeah, like if you go to TDOC, a big holding in this fund, it looks horrid right now. It's doing nothing. But if it gets past the 200 on the daily, then you're talking about some action. Because at this point, you're saying, okay, well, the bottom's firmly in and we know what happens. It goes very aggressively up. 200 is going to lead to 220, which is going to lead to 240, which is going to lead to momentum. Big momentum. Silverliner says, I'm waiting for BTC to go to $3,800 again like last March. Unfortunately, Silverliner, I don't believe that's going to happen. I think that the corporation's coming into it this time round. I do think there's a cycle and it's going to fall. And I've mentioned the cycle several times. This cycle's playing out very, very similarly to last time. So we might be looking at a November. I mean, if you want to talk about dates, November, December peak for Bitcoin this year. So it's not that far away, but we could have a hyperactive movement. Now, I don't think, don't get me wrong. If you can see this scale, you can. This scale is completely wrong. Bleh. That scale is wrong. Do not use that. Because even though it's ahead of the curve, and you could say, oh, well, the scale's working right now, Tom, it doesn't grow exponentially like everybody thinks. It can't, because it's too big a market capitalization size. So I think that really your top is going to be something like 100 this cycle. Now, that's my opinion. I'll ask the community, what do you think your top for Bitcoin is going to be for this cycle? Let me know right now in the chat. What do you guys think? Where do you think this one is going? But everything's been playing out very similarly. Look, fall. We're at this point. Wow. Imagine if we fall here, Fell last time. Imagine if we fall again. And then, because this is the 16 run, this green line here, it's the 2016 run. So everything comes down to a chart like this or the rainbow cycle or anything like that. Do I have a rainbow? We're in altcoin season. That's pretty clear. Let me get my rainbow cycle. This rainbow cycle is pretty accurate as well about hyper extensions and stuff. So if you think about the rainbow cycle and where you're at right now, you're still not at the tippity top. You're not at the tippity top of the rainbow cycle. And look how good it's been at picking the bottoms. It's a god. The rainbow is smarter than any of us. Damn smart rainbow. Are we in the bubble point? Yeah, probably. But I do think that next time round, it may not follow a full rainbow cycle. I think it's all about institutional investing. And when they come in to play, that's when it's fully legitimized to the point where it will not be banned. Because that means they've done due diligence and the super fund has gone probably to somewhere in America, or they've gone to some investment house and they've said, hey, can we invest in this? And they've said, yes, we believe it is a class of asset that you can put in your alternative investments. Here are the expectations coming in here for the markets. We've got 120K, 90K from Michael Davis, 80,000 from Michael Bibbs, 72,000 from John S. Johnny Knoxville says, don't disappoint me. Get us to 1,000 likes. We only have 15 minutes. Not quite, Johnny. We're going to stay around for at least a little bit after the market open here. Mud says 97,000. 330K end of September, early October. Miles, you are a beast. You're very bullish. I like it, but damn, that is a huge valuation. Be careful on the valuation there. ResMed, if you're right, I'll give you money. Not much money, but I'll give you money because they'll be pretty happy as well. ResMed 1.14%, 198.53. Chipotle actually number one in the big companies. Let's go to the negative side. Pinduoduo, Alibaba, Baidu, Zscaler. That was actually up before. Zoom down 0.85%. Not feeling good about Zoom. I think there's trades, but I'm not feeling good about it. SEA down 0.98, but it had a great day yesterday. Tesla down 0.55. And when we go across to the meme stocks, the crazy stuff, BlackBerry 5.23%, COS, Tilray, Afria, GME, all the rest unfortunately down on the session. Where's the rainbow for stonks? I could create one. Probably need like a rainbow for sectors actually. I am meaning to make a paper that I'm going to share with the community for free. And it's just going to show you all the best months to, best historical months by statistics and everything and all these other things about seasonals going through the years. And of course, I just think it's very fascinating information. So I'll make that a 1 point. We are 11 minutes away from market open. So it's time for us to get down and dirty with the charts. Let's see which one did I have loaded. Is this my one? There it is. Let's move these over to the correct things. We've got US 100. We have Tesla coming in here. We'll load that there. We've got our GME situation stuck between the middle of nowhere land in the 173 support and the 200 resistance. So we're stuck in the middle of nowhere land there. AMC $10.20. Support's at $10. If it breaks under 10, it's going to 9. Same old. And we'll watch. Which one are we going to watch? We're going to watch ADA or we're going to watch DOT? Or we're not going to watch either of those. Think we'll probably check out on the bottom left. Might just show SOS because I want to show what happens during the market open to these hyper stonks. All right, so we've got 10 minutes left here. Let's go through and do the donations. We've got Edson Jerez, $2. Can you take a look at Highland? Yeah, we've done that one before. We'll do it again for you quickly now. Highland, please, and Silver. Thanks. Yeah, so we did Highland before. It's 11.83. I get it. I know it's up. The problem is all of these lower highs coming through. So the good news is you've got a little bit of consolidation. We have to go down to the smaller time frames like we did before. So we're going to go 2 hour. You've got to put a horizontal line literally through the 1150. And what I see here is 1183 is good. I think any pullback back down to the 1150 should be met by buying pressure right here. And then if it's met by buying pressure, of course, you're targeting around that 1450-ish zone. So it's good news that you've broken out of what has been support and a little channel formation. Now what you've got to do is you've got to maintain it. So you need it to hold above 1150 today on Highland. Let's check your other one, and it is SLV. Oh, actually, you say TXS. I assume you want silver. Silver I Trust 2323. Look, you don't really need to see this one. We'll just use silver spot to represent the same thing. $25 is resistance. Go to the daily. You'll see why. Support, support, support. Closed below. Went down to 24 as we thought about on this channel. This is exactly the zone we were aiming for throughout the session. We hit that level. It's come up and it's found, sold off immediately, and not, it's gapped up and then sold off immediately. So what I'm thinking is 25 is resistance. I'm looking for a closure above 25 to signal further strength to the 26, to the 27, to the 28. So I'd actually be following gold and the double bottom I did on the channel. Go check out the video and you'll find out there. Yeah, definitely check out the video that I did today on gold. And that's what we're looking for. We're looking for a break of the 1760 zone. Ben Affleck, super chat $2. Tom. He goes, wave, Tom, what's up? What do you think is a good entry for CCJ? CCJ. Cameo Corp. 1767. Ooh, 50 exponential moving average twice. Always good to have it on the daily to start off with. 3 times actually found support there. 4 hour. I want 4 hour to see how this line or this zone has interested me. No, not really. 2 hour. Just there would be sweet, wouldn't it? But it could also bounce here. That is a decent zone, 1720-ish. You've got resistance here. You've got support here. And then you've got resistance, 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 breakout, a 50 exponential and a 20 around it. I quite like that as a pullback. There's probably even a fib in here. So if you fib that, yeah, there is a fib, 38-250 zone. That's my favorite zone to pick up stonks, to pick up positions. So that's probably the kind of area that I'd be looking at. All right, guys, we have 7 minutes to go here. 7 minutes to go. Where's our 4-screener? There we go. There's our 4-screener. What is the Bitcoin doing? 56,441. Dot, not coming through with the goods yet. Or is it? 39.51. Let's have a look at dot. Go down to the 1 hour. Did we get our high yet? No. Bugger. Come on now. We need to get the high, this line. I want to see a little bit higher in terms of movement because that's a strong setup off the 38. And 38 is certainly support. Imagine if we got another sell-off met by buying pressure wick. A triple threat. Triple threat is always good. So yeah, sell-off met by buying pressure wick. Let's see how this one plays out into the market open. We'll go back over here now. Where the hell did I put it? There we go. Paul Ticket says, I'm liking platinum more and more, needing to look closer. Yeah, platinum's pretty good. It's been a decent trade. How about platinum, says Dave? Let's load up platinum. Weekly. See, platinum had a monster breakout on it over December period. It was actually a bit of a sleeper hit. So platinum's breakout was significant, but you also think about where platinum's been. There was a time when platinum was going crazy. Like look at the 08 peak, $2,300 for platinum. Then it fell off to 757. Then it had that run up in it. And remember, we're in a sustained metal material spike. Global financial crisis comes out in December, starts moving up, then in 2011 it ends. So what these tend to do is they go into super cycles. So that's why I'm still bullish on things like silver and other materials over the next 12 months. They're in super cycles. We go down to the daily, but they don't last forever. You don't want to hold them forever. Do not be bag holders on these kind of metals because it can burn you if you are. This thing has a monster trend line on it, if I remember rightly. It's actually not from there. One sec. There's the little trend line that's been happening recently. So I've been quite liking... Oh, there we are. I've been quite liking the trend line. I like this breakout a lot. Look at the confirmation breakout. Very cool. It's then bounced off the zone. It's good. And it's moving up. I actually quite like that. That's the type of thing that you want to see in setups. Beautiful technical here as well at 1120. Thanks for bringing it to the community's attention. I think this is underrated. Underrated is the platinum. Be careful of buying platinum contracts though. They can be expensive. And also when you trade these types of things, they can cost you a lot more than you think. Check the contract size. Check the contract size. I repeat it. Some people trade silver the first time. They don't know how big it is. They trade it and they get slogged by like a $300 brokerage and their leverage is out of control because they don't know how big a contract can be. So check your minis, check all those types of things. But that closure is key. It has closed above all previous levels. And it's actually a decently solid setup. It's refreshing to see something that's half decent. Glenn Bear, Super Chat $5. Love the TA. Mods were busy this morning smacking down spammers. Thank you for keeping it as real as always. Ape strong. Thank you so much, Glenn Bear. Yes, we have. We've grown to a big enough community now where we get monster amounts of spammers. I'll have to see if I can get something to moderate them automatically so the mods don't have to do it as much. But yeah, Dave brought up platinum then. That was good. And the community is awesome. Like, thanks so much for the $5, Glenn. And you guys are stellar. 11:28. We're 2 minutes off market open here. You guys hyped for Wednesday open? It's going to be good. US markets, to recap, 0.18% down on the Nas now. It's coming back strong. It's coming back very strong compared to where it was. We've also got US 500 now, 4,073 down 0.07. Got dollar index down now, was up a little bit before, and treasury yields have dropped off somewhat. Pre-market, crazy stocks, BlackBerry, GameStop, not too many moves. BlackBerry's going to deal with Volvo, I think it was, or Volkswagen or something. Go check it out if you're interested in that stock for whatever reason. And then if we check this out, Chipotle leading the... Oh, Teladoc. Who would have ever thought Teladoc would be green? Teladoc, 1.13%. Finally, it moves up a little bit here. And on the negative side, you've got Alibaba, SEA after a big move yesterday. Roku down 1%. Makes sense. It was up 9%. So it was very, very strong. All right, we are 50 seconds away from market open. Darth Sidious says... something about watching Animaniacs. I don't remember what that is. Mr. Fluffy says pineapple and spam is the favorite of island folks. True. Spam is... in Fiji, they like spam. In Philippines, they like spam. And balut. And never eat balut, guys. Never eat balut. Oh my goodness. It's bad. It's very bad. Chronically Sam, New Zealand, $5. There are not enough likes on the videos, guys. Well, I appreciate that, Chronically Sam, but we are coming in. Oh, you guys will have already seen the market open. Here's my stolen Nasdaq bell. We are open for Wednesday. Congratulations, everyone that's made it here. I do think it's going to be a very interesting day to see whether this Nas can get through the 13.6. Of course, with the crypto guys, all you're hoping for is Bitcoin can get back above 57,000. So we've got SOS down here, and notice the take profit already was very strong in the market open, dropped almost 10% immediately. Tesla finding 686 buying pressure. And then, of course, we've got US 100 flat as attack actually coming through. Of the crazy stocks, we've got Net 71.69. That's Cloudflare down 0.72. Square's up 0.2, whatever. T-Doc's up 0.2. Not very interesting. Airbnb slightly down. Let's go over to the actual percentages. What is... oh, Pinduoduo getting smashed. 4.28%. Zillow Group down 2% now. Etsy also down 2%. So some big changes there when the market opened. Where's my Chipotle? It's gone. Chipotle is no longer leading the charge. The pre-market into the real market, very different today. American Express, 0.74. Caterpillar, totally different to what we thought in terms of the pre. Tesla now down 1.1%. So they're all moving through. Snowflake, 0.75. SOS now finding a little bit of buying pressure. GME, is it even open? 0.76% down. That could be the most boring GME session I've ever seen. Since it was down at $40. Gold, 1737. Very slow stuff here on those. Move back over to some of the cryptos quickly. Go to the 1 hour. Still no strength being found in DOT. Let's have a look at ADA. ADA, a little bit more strength being found in it. BTC. BTC finding some further strength. I still think 57,000 is going to be a critical resistance for this one today. Remember, 8 hour time frame. If you actually see, because I won't be here, but if you actually see it get back up above this and close the 8 hour above this, don't even worry about the 57. I'm serious. The 8 hour is that good on the charts. So 57, if you see the 8 hour above this on the close, it's more consistent than any other time frame we've seen on crypto. Bloodbath McGrath says, feels like being at a dog track. Kind of is. Tom's screen all red, lol. Is it? Oh, those ones. Yeah, they were all red. Well, SOS is coming back. Now it's up to 34%. So the hype train is working from Reddit. Doesn't change though. Let's see how sustained it'll be. Maybe I'll cover it into tomorrow's video. Tesla 683. We've seen the movements. Square now up 1.32%. I do think Square's a recovery play. I've explained that to you a few times. BTC coiling before blast off, says Craig Wood. If it gets through 60, it will be extremely blast off. It will be extremely blast off. Balut is amazing, says Moritz. Oh, I don't know about that one. Not for Western people, it's not. It's way too crazy. T-Chag says Balut equals crunchy egg. Crunchy something for sure. I've eaten one. It's crazy. Elegant Aware says Balut is a half-formed chicken. I know. Axel says, I'm Filipino. I agree. Balut is not the best. There we are. Got people from all around the world in here. But it's funny that you guys know it. Don't look it up on Google. I tell you, do not search that on Google. It will hurt your eyes. You'll be like, oh, that is inhuman. But some people, it's actually a delicacy of some countries. It's wild. XRP 9391. So it's really about crypto today. I just think follow BTC and how it works. 8 hour chart is going to be the secret. We're approaching 5-minute closures here. Let's scroll down into Tesla. I actually want to watch it on a chart with you. I'm going to go to a 5-minute chart. Scroll that up. Little resistance. And we've just hit little support. Little support reached. Will it buy here? Oh, little bit of buy. This is a, like if you were like on a 5-minute, this is the type of level that some people would be catching the falling knife on. Not sure if I would be. It's not enough consistency here through other levels, but it is what people would be looking at. Look at gold drop. 1736, not too much gold dropping. 1736 is okay, 0.44%. Paul Nanny says, I wish I did just Google image balut. I did not. Oh, yeah, you're better off not doing that. Can you check Ether? Yeah, we can have a look back over Ether. Ether actually just hit 2,000 again. Just then hit 2,000. So some pretty exciting stuff in the crypto world. I mean, let's have a look at the 8-hour chart, because I always go bang on about that. 8-hour actually came off the support. DOT came off the support. ADA came off the support. BTC must get above 57,000. What you can see here is that the altcoins are actually in some ways stronger than BTC in some ways, because remember, this is down 7, and I know BTC is going to be down less as a percentage. It's only down 5. But when you consider where Ether was the other day, it's still holding up a lot better, and the recoveries are seeming to be more extreme. So the recoveries here already recovered 4%. Of course, that's a lot more than BTC's recovery. Moritz says, come to the Philippines, Tom. I hit you up with the red horse and a balut. I don't know what the red horse is. What is that? Balut over ADA, says Chase LeBlanc. I can't believe we've degraded to talking about this one. How's your old XRP going, Tom mate, says Aussie Craig. Look, XRP is just floating. You know, it's doing its thing. It's 95 cents. I still think that XRP is a risky proposition because it's moved before the news really has come out. Could be a bit of buy the rumor, sell the fact kind of concept if it keeps going up. Don't get too, like, if let's say XRP reached $3 before an SEC or anything like that, it's packing in a lot of price. So for me, XRP, it's amazing that it's done this. You know, we've been talking about it for some time on the channel, ever since really, where was it? Over here, I think. Ever since over here. And it's had some trials and tribulations. But I'm glad at least when it got through 75 cents, it just bagged $1 straight away. That was awesome. $1 acted as a really small amount of resistance. It hyperextended through $1.10. I feel like a lot of people didn't actually have their sell limit orders put there, and then it came back down straight away. So you did get another re-entry, potentially even at 85. I'll still be looking at 75. I'll be looking here, just in case. But time will tell. I think there's other coins out there that are getting a little bit more favorable now that you've already seen 100% gain in XRP. All right, guys. Well, we'll do our final recap here for the market, and then we'll leave you to it. We've got Pin Duo down 4%. We've got Etsy 2.38%. Zoom now down 2.36%. I want to show you Zoom on a chart. Zoom Communications. It's just not looking cool. That is, this, I feel like people are getting this wrong. They should be getting it correct, but they're getting it wrong. Zoom is going to have trades in it, but I am not convinced this company is going to beat out some of the competition. The moat, remember, the word of investment versus trade is moat. Moat is most important thing in investment. I don't care about anything else. It's moat, it's moat, it's moat. And moat basically means how hard is it to get into the business? Is it hard? Is it an easy business to get into? How much money is it going to cost? How many businesses can actually compete with you? It's always something that I consider about. In search, let's say on the internet, no one can compete with Google. They've tried, they all fail. So it has a massive moat. Microsoft has a massive moat. You know what I'm talking about, guys. It's very, very important to look at. I don't think Zoom has as big a moat as other people think. And just because someone might be using Microsoft Teams and they're like, I'm zooming people. They could be using a totally different program and still call it zooming. I understand that word allegiance, but nothing much else. All right, guys, I will see you tomorrow for Market Open. I'll also be making a video in the morning discussing whatever the hell happens today in the markets, including crypto. So remember, subscribe, hit that like button, guys. And if you enjoyed today, please post in the comments down below after the video. It does help us out. If you're interested as well, joining the Diamond Hands community or anything else, definitely reach ahead. And the room is just getting fired up. I mean, check this out. It's really cool. Like, you guys are smashing it out of the ballpark with how much discussion points there are. There's so many private rooms, so many public rooms. There's value everywhere in there, and definitely join by clicking the link in the description. All right, guys, we'll see you tomorrow. Bye for now. PK says Zoom is the next Skype. True, but it needs to be bought. That was when Microsoft crashed Skype. UI is really important. It is. It is. Let's see how it goes. Zoom briefly had a moat, no alligator.